Hello, hello, and welcome back to another Dokkan battle video. Now, I was actually originally going to do this a lot earlier today, but I ended up sleeping until 4 p.m. because I don't. Okay, some of you might not know this, but if you watched like the other two videos from earlier today, I was streaming when Jiren dropped and everything, and we streamed until like 7 in the morning. Right, so I was just up like for a very long time, but. We're good now. This is week 2, Reps Universe 7, which is kind of funny because it's also the category that you need to use anyway. Or like, the category EZA. I guess they kind of do that a couple times, right? And I think the Peppy Gals ones are like that, same with the crossover ones. So, just use all your Reps Universe 7 characters, like literally the entire team's EZA characters minus Tech UI, and then even then you can get somebody else, like Blue Kaioken or something, right? So this really shouldn't be that bad. Every single one of these EZAs is legitimately good. Now, the problem is, right, when you start thinking about these guys in the context of the Goku and Frieza fight, I think the best one is probably going to end up being Fit-Boo, right, just because he's a dodge character with damage reduction, right, that's just going to be really helpful. I do think that you can actually get some decent usage out of the Tech 18. Piccolo is probably not going to be good enough for the Goku and Frieza fight, just because he's literally just a support unit with guard with like a million defense, and that fight does stupid amounts of damage, especially once they get below a certain amount of HP. And he has type disadvantage on one of the phases that cancels dodging. But I do think that the majority of this team is pretty good. But there's one glaring issue, right, with this EZA. And that's Piccolo himself, because while I do think Piccolo is a really good unit, he does not have access to the Tech UI or Jiren leader skill, right? I mean, obviously you wouldn't want to run him on the Jiren leader skill because he specifically wants to be with Universe 7 characters, but he's not on Tech UI's leader skill, so he's not going to be able to get the 200% from that. The only way you can give him a 200% and still run him on full reps is through the int androids, right? Int 17 and 18, and obviously you're not going to be running int 17 and 18 over Tech UI. You're just not going to do that. So I don't really know where you're going to be able to run him. I have an idea, and that's by running this unit as your lead, because 4-key 170 is good enough to run, and then plus they're giving that massive 2-turn support. So I think Piccolo should be fine there. It's just going to be you're running a little bit lower of a leader skill if you're running double Team Universe 7 as your leader instead of running Tech UI, right? Obviously. I do think that having the 2 different characters with a 2-turn support can definitely make up for that, but it's going to be like a thing where it's like, why would you ever run that instead of just running the full LR Team Universe 7 build, right? So there's definitely some stuff to think about. I do think that these 4 characters are easily like really usable in like all the card content in the entire game though, so that's good at the very least, right? Like they are good. I do like them all. I know some people were hating on the 17, but he can get up to 80% dodge chance with 3 rainbow orbs. Like, I mean, he's not bad. Get him a couple additional super attacks, right? He has I believe it's an additional normal that has a 70% chance to be a super with a rep ally, which, so it's like he can work really, really well. It's just he is very orb reliant, and like the only other character that can make specifically Tech orbs for him, because he doesn't make his own, is Tech 18. But like Tech 18 is kind of better than him, so you would want to give the orbs to Tech 18 first, and then just give him his 3 rainbows. So it's kind of unfortunate for 17, right, where he's kind of built in a way where he's not able to be self-sufficient as a nuker. Whereas 18 is, which has always been the kind of issue with them, because like you've obviously been like, you want to be influenced to run them together, right? That's kind of how they're built. But at the same time, running them together, you just end up prioritizing 18 over him. So, you know, it is what it is. I do think that though, if you don't have like some of the big massive LRs, right, or you don't have like many dupes in them, you're like, but you have these guys rainbowed. They are completely fine substitutes for some really major characters. Plus, they are on a bunch of garbage teams. The thing is, though, they're all kind of restricted to Universe 7. Right, which I think is fine for sub-EZA characters. Like, that's not that big a deal. Also, I do find it really goddamn funny, right? I tweeted out about this, but AGL Krillin, who is not only featured on the Carnival LR Gogeta banner during the anniversary, but also on the Team Universe 7 category banner right now, right? They featured him twice this year, and he didn't EZA. What are they saving him for? Now, the thing is, like, we do know already that Tech LR Jiren is going to be EZAing next week because they put his info in the data early. I don't know why they did that. It might be a mistake, but they put in his event info, basically. We don't know what he does yet, but we saw his EZA banner and then, like, the updated art for the EZA event, right? So we know that he's coming. We just don't know what he's going to do yet. So I think there is a chance that when the data download drops with Tech Jiren, it has his EZA in it, that we could see a couple other sub-EZAs, i.e. AGL Krillin, Gohan and Frieza, and Gohan and Piccolo. I think, like, all 4 of those characters could also batch EZA. So I guess we'll have to see, right? But yeah, this EZA event's really not that hard. But it does give you some decent characters, and it gives you 30 free stones, so it is what it is. I do think they probably should have put these guys in the wish strips if they planned on EZAing them here, plus how good they actually ended up making them. Let me turn off the in-game audio real quick, that way we can actually go and awaken some of these guys. Maybe I'll show off, like, the builds I went for them. Again, a lot of them are good. Like, if you wanted to ask me, are they good or bad? They're pretty good. Right? I don't think a single one of these guys is bad. Again, probably the worst one is 17, but, like, it's not really his fault that he's like that. It's just they didn't give him self-sustaining orb management, so he's not able to get his passive. If he just Rainbow Orb changed, like, at all, like, if he changed non-tech heat spheres to Rainbow, he'd immediately be amazing, because then he could reliably get his 3 Rainbow Orbs to have 80% dodge chance, right? But he doesn't do that, so not really a whole lot you can do about that one, right? Oh, I don't really have a lot of AGL keys or Kais. That's unfortunate. But I think easily the best one is probably Fitboo, and then 18, then Piccolo, then 17, if I was going to rank them, right? But I do think that they're all definitely solid, definitely worth your time, right, to just pick up real quick. Because, like, these guys have been around for, like, ever, right? So getting them, like, just in your box to have for, like, maybe like a burst mode or something. We do have a burst mode for the what is it, the Dokkan Fest 17, MVP 17's Dokkan event is getting the burst mode soon, so, like, he could be useful in there, like, some of these characters, because remember, like, you have to work within your cost limit and, like, your type limit, so, like, maybe that can help. But yeah, that's all 4 of them. None of them are that crazy. Hold on, let me show you guys, like, kind of like the build I went for, and then we'll wrap this up here, because I do have the majority of them. I think Fitboo's the only one that I haven't changed, because I rainbowed him, like, forever ago. But yeah, he has dodge and additional. His additional doesn't do anything really for him. Piccolo, I gave him a bunch of dodge. Right, 17, he has additional and dodge, right? Well, actually, I just gave him a bunch of additional because I only had 1 dupe. And then 18 also has a bunch of additional because I want her to get her stacks on. Anyway, that's it for this. Do let me know which of these characters that you guys like the most. I think personally I like 18 a lot. She was one of my favorite characters when she did drop initially, and I'm probably going to end up using her again now. But again, let me know how you guys feel about all these EZA characters in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.